Woo! Holla if you hear me. Hootie, woo! Throw it up, no loot. Anyway, high energy, high energy. As always, this live stream may or may not be for you. It should be for you. Nah, but it may or it may not be for you, and that's fine. But consider this: attitude is everything. You know, it can help you, it can hurt you, it can promote you, it can reveal you, it could conceal you. You know, all those other things, all those beautiful things. A lot of times people don't understand. You could be the most talented person in the world. You know, you could be the sexiest person. You could be the smartest person. You could be one of the richest people in the world, but your attitude, you know, denotes or dictates or, you know, I guess shows people whether or not you're somebody that can be worked with, whether you're somebody that folks want to learn from, you know, whether you're somebody that people want to listen to. I mean, really, your attitude does play a major factor, a major role in that matter. And a lot of times people forget that, you know. A lot of times people think it's okay to have an attitude, to be prideful, to be ignorant, you know, or, you know, I have a certain level of talent, so, you know, you part the Red Seas. You know, part the Red Seas, I'm coming through. You know, got the staff of Moses or whatever. So that's how that whole thing works. I mean, it comes to a point where, you know, you don't want to block your own blessings. You don't want to, you know, stifle your own progress. But the reality is it happens. You know, I've seen people who are high on a horse or high on the hog one day, 1 minute, 1 second, and then the next thing you know, you take the fall. You know, they say pride coming before the fall. Thank you for the one person that came through right now. All you need is one sometimes. How am I, Detox Diva? I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I gotta get this work on. You know, I gotta work on one of my days off, but it's all good. You know, so I'm still making it happen. You know, time to make the donuts. You know, it's about your attitude, the approach that we take to life. People face a lot of things and whatnot, and your attitude or approach to, you know, how you face the day and what you go through, you know, it is important. You know, because it can either make things harder, it can make things easier, you know, it can make things more palatable. You know, I mean, sometimes people complain so much, you wonder, you know, if they've ever had a good day at all. I remember when I was younger, and it's times I came into work and I had an attitude or whatever the case may be, and some of the old timers or the old heads in there, they said some stuff I didn't really want to hear, but they said some real things like, you know, it's too early in the morning, you know, to be coming in with an attitude, to be coming in with anger, the frustration, you know, 6, 7 in the morning, you walking in there, you ready for the fight. You know, life ain't that hard. I mean, unless you're living in the middle of a war zone, and even some of those kids living in the middle of a war zone find reasons to play and smile and laugh and joke and, you know, whatever they do. So it's kind of crazy. You know, the thing about attitude is attitude sets the mood, sets the vibe. You know, it's a vibe. You know, it's like, you know, you don't want to be in a tense atmosphere all the time. You don't want to be around a situation where, you know, there's constantly strife and negativity. There's constantly fighting and gossiping and backbiting and, you know, just negativity floating around all in the air. They say that when you walk into a room, and I believe this to be true, even if you weren't there, you can tell what was going on in that room, you know, before you walked in there. If there was negativity, sometimes there's a certain denseness in the air or certain feeling, something has happened here, you know, be it like a murder or a fight or, you know, horrific situation, you know, there's a tensity that's in the air, you know, and vice versa. You know, if something's good has happened there, you know, you can feel that energy out there, you know. So I look at it as like it's a vibe. Your attitude is a vibe. It's the energy that you put out there. It's like, you know what you put out into the universe, almost as if it's karma, you know, that comes back to you. You know, the way that you are, people will reflect that back to you. Yeah, some people condition themselves just to complain about everything, even when it's good. They just still complain. Some people still love doom and gloom. I agree with you, Detox Diva, and it's sad to be like that. It's sad to be somebody that loves the doom and the gloom, you know, and just, you know, the negativity that surrounds and swirls with that. You know, I mean, it's a situation where it doesn't have to be that way. You know, you can change things in an instant. When you give out good energy, you receive good energy back, and it's healing and it's healthy. I definitely agree with you, Detox Diva, on that. But some people are just addicted to the negative energy. But like I said, I guess you get what you throw out there. And it's not hard to change up. It's not hard to really see things differently. What's going on, Band Runners Squad? I see you. I like the dance video. I appreciate that. I seen it. What was it? I forget the name of it. You says I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I seen the challenge. I know it's the Drake challenge. I forget the challenge. I saw the video though. I saw the video. But shout out to Band Runner Squad. Just talking about attitude. How attitude is everything. How it can hurt you. It can help you. It can cause people to want to work with you or not. Especially here on YouTube. People will shy away from you if you got a bad attitude, if you're negative, and you're constantly tearing people down. Some people may like it. I don't know. That's just not my thing. As for me, I say, just in life, you got to be careful with your attitude, because the energy you put out there is the energy you'll get back from people and whatnot. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm just chilling. I gotta get ready to go to work. It's so funny. Over the last few days, I went to some live streams, and before I could even speak, there's just a whole bunch of chaos, and they had hundreds of people in their live streams. Well, it's like this, Detox Diva. Misery loves company. People are drawn to that negativity. And what I've learned, and this is no lie, because I worked in shelters, I worked around different people, non-for-profit organizations. Folks love to look at other people and tear them down. Not everybody. When somebody sees somebody being publicly shamed or tore down and stuff like that, a lot of people gravitate towards that. Megan, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for being here. But back to what you were saying, Detox Diva. Your name is your brand, who you are. Your brand is your character and your brand. Yeah, your character is your brand. Well, there's a lot of people that subscribe to that. Definitely it does play a part in how people see you. And some people, they don't care. Some people like the drama. Some people, gravitate towards it. Me personally, here on YouTube, it doesn't matter to me, the drama. Llama Monster. It is a llama. I have a llama. He's arrived. Did you even sleep, Llama Monster? But thank you for being here nonetheless. I love you all. I appreciate you for being here. But yeah, Detox Diva. It's some people that just love the misery as company. And me, I'm not that type of person, especially here on YouTube. The drama it really doesn't matter to me. People take sides, and they start getting into all this other negativity and whatnot. It's just not for me. Yeah, sleep is a thing. Some of us get it, some of us don't. Llama Monster, it happens. But I don't know. I just feel like talking about this because it's real. People don't understand that you can be the most talented, you can be the most gifted, you can be the most, rich, whatever. I'm saying the most. You can be the most of everything. But if your attitude is not right, over time, people will distance themselves from you, or people will just, kind of like slowly but surely let you be over there. They'll come to be entertained by you. There's a lot of people being entertained by the negativity, but then, when people want to get real, when people want to hear something, that's true to life, or people want to get their life together some kind of way, they're not going to the people that got the drama going. They're not going to the people with the negative attitudes and stuff like that. It may not be popular. It may not be popular to have a positive attitude, a good outlook, and, constantly trying to look for the brighter side of things. And I get it. Negativity, like I said, it has its place. People gravitate towards the chaos. People gravitate towards, what do you call it, the controversy or whatever the case may be. And that's just what it is. That's the society. That says more about the people than it does about, that particular live stream that you was in. Yeah, I don't get in the middle of that. I step right out of it, moving on. Well, yeah, you know what? Detox Diva is important, because if you don't move on, now you have a channel and you have a vibe that's negative. And I know you do a lot of spiritual stuff on your channel. I know you do a lot of stuff that's centered around, healing and stuff like that. What kind of healing are you going to do, Detox Diva, if you standing around the drama channels, and if you letting the drama come to you, and then you influenced by that? It's like, all right, come on, let's gossip first, and then let us pray. Like, like how does that work? After we finish gossiping, let us pray, or let us pray, then we're gonna go gossip. Or we're gonna go, bash another channel or whatever the case may be. And like I said, that could get hypocritical. But it comes to a point, like somebody told me, what do you want your channel to be about? How do you want to move on this whole YouTube thing? Like they're saying, what do you want to be surrounded around people with drama? Do you want to have all that negativity surrounding you and whatnot? And it's subtle. It'll be the people you least expect. The people that you least expect to bring the drama to you, the people that you least expect that'll change your attitude up, influence you to be negative and all this other stuff. It'd be the folks that you would never know. You would never know. They look kind and nice and sweet. They talk to you great. And then all of a sudden they're just hitting you with this and that and that and this, and negativity seeps in. So, like I said, that's something that definitely could happen. I mean, I say it's important to know where you want to stand and what type of attitude you want to put out there, what kind of vibe and energy you want to put out into the world, and be mindful of that. A lot of people may miss that whole thing, so I say, it's a situation where, just, guard your thoughts, guard your heart, guard your intentions and stuff like that. Be careful who you're around, be careful what you listen to, be careful, how long, even if you go across the drama channels. I mean, because we all do it every once in a while. We'll go across a drama channel or a live stream that seems exciting, but like you did, Detox Diva, you pull away, you fall back. You see what's going on, you're aware. There's nothing wrong with being aware of who's the drama channels or what negativity is out there. There's nothing wrong with being aware, because you got to see, if somebody's shooting up the block, you want to know they're shooting up the block. It's just that now that I know you're shooting up the block, or now that I know somebody is a fire over there, in that building, I know not to go to that building. I know not to go up that block because they're shooting. Just like if you're on YouTube and it's drama, I know that's a drama channel. I know that's a live stream. They're tearing people down and they're getting back and forth at each other and doing all the negativity. I know, hey, okay, let me take names. I'll take names. I'll look and see who's there, see who's around, and I'll keep it moving. Because the attitude is everything. I mean, the attitude will demote you or promote you, in life. It will put you on a different, plateau. It will put you in a different space. Sometimes your attitude can put you in a point where, you are separate from the crowd. You are different. You're not like everybody else. For me, like, I get it. The vibe that I put out there. I don't want, if I have kids one day, I don't want, if I got people looking back to say, he's a piece of trash, or what did he do to try to influence the world. I know that what I do, that energy is out there. If it's, even though it's not like thousands or hundreds of people in my live stream, I know that my energy, is real. I know that my vibe is being put out there. Whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm giving to the people, that's real. That's affecting somebody. And it doesn't have to be a whole bunch of people that look at what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of people that care about what I'm doing. It could just be a few, and the question is, what is my attitude? My attitude says everything. The way that I am today, as far as my attitude is concerned, I want to be tomorrow as far as a positive vibe, as far as somebody's uplifting, upbuilding and stuff like that. Now, my thought process and my philosophy may be different, from time to time, space to space or whatever. But I want my energy, I want my attitude to be even killed. I don't want it to be all over the place, sporadic, up and down, constantly back and forth and whatnot. I want to be who I am, today, tomorrow, future, beyond, whatever. Sometimes people are just, so back and forth, you don't know where they're going to be. They just let, the world and the influences of the world take them and swish them back and forth like the wind, toss them, off to the rocks or something like that. It's kind of crazy. I know this may not be for everybody, but like I said, it's important. Check your attitude. It's like the old song goes, check yourself before you wreck yourself, because it's bad for your health, and I say that because you want to make sure that you're in the right place and right space for yourself. You want to make sure that you're attracting the right people around you. You want to make sure that you're in the right space with the right opportunities. Sometimes we find ourselves in a negative space and not realizing that it's not the people that have made the environment negative, it's us. If I allow people to be around me that are doing things that are negative, that are out in the street or, around the wrong type of crowd, I've allowed that to happen, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy like that. I just try to tell people, be mindful, definitely be mindful of those things. Definitely be mindful of the company you keep, of the thoughts that you put in your mind. Be mindful of, your attitude. Be mindful of how you treat other people, because that's important. Your attitude is also a culmination of how you treat other people, how you treat yourself. It reflects on to other folks. And I tell people, be wary, be careful of that. Like I said, because it matters. It matters. Treat others as you want to be treated. And that comes in with your attitude. That comes in with your personality. A lot of people may not realize it. That other folks will treat you based upon how you treat yourself. And then also too, you reflect back different things that people do. If a person treats themselves negatively, a lot of times if you're not a stand-up, person, or if you're somebody that, looks at them a certain type of way, who knows? You might be tempted to say, okay, well, since that person treats themselves in a negative way, I may reflect back that situation, especially based upon how they treat me. Because people treat you sometimes based on, how they feel about themselves. Hopefully I'm making sense with all that I'm saying. I'm going back and forth, but yeah, attitude is so important because it can cause people to want to work with you or not want to work with you in a business sense. There could be situations where you have money, you have power, you have influence, but you can't get certain deals done because you're just hard to work with. You can't get promotions on the job because you're just so difficult. People are talking to you and you're not paying attention. You're not listening. You think everything is about you. You're not realizing that hey, maybe there is more to learn. Maybe there is something that can come of what you need to do and how you need to present yourself and how you deal with people and treat people. Your attitude is basically how you treat yourself, how you treat other people, how you treat the world, how you treat opportunities that you have. Really, it's just about the feelings that you put out there. About life, about yourself. About the atmosphere that you're in. Attitude is everything. It's everything because it's a vibe. It's an atmosphere that you create. It's something that really people remember. It's like somebody told me, people will forget what you say. Just like this live stream. A lot of things that I'm saying in my live stream right now, a lot of things that I'm saying, in other live streams, people will forget. But people will remember how you made them feel. Folks will remember how I made them feel, when it came to my live streams, when it came to my attitude. I want all of you, whoever comes in, whoever goes or whatever, hey Lynn, appreciate you. I want folks to know that this is the real me, this is how I am, this is how I present myself. I don't want, it to be a misrepresentation. And that comes with your attitude. What type of attitude do you have? How do you treat people? I want it to be known that, I treated people with respect, even if I didn't particularly like you, and I appreciate the one person that gave the thumbs up. I do appreciate that. That means a lot, and it's like that, it's really like that, Llama Monster, appreciate that, so, I just tell you, watch your attitude, watch how you treat people, because, how you treat people a lot of times may be the way that they reflect it back at you. There'll be some people out there, some good ones that may still treat you good because they value themselves, because there's people out there who may have bad attitudes, right? And they may treat you in a negative way. But you got a good attitude about yourself and you believe in treating people the right way so you don't treat them negatively, even if they look at themselves that way. Attitude is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you're constantly down in the dumps, if you're constantly complaining, if you're constantly finding the negativity in everything, if you're constantly on the pity pot, then chances are that's you, that's not them. Yeah, and you got it exactly, Lynn. A lot of times people are just so negative, so down in the dumps, and you ask yourself, you say, damn, is anything good? I remember I had a relationship one time. I was in a relationship with a female, and things didn't work out. But she said something that I never forget. I never forget what she said. This. She's like, it wasn't all bad. You act like it was all bad. And I had to say, you know what? Before the cheating and the negativity and all the other, trust issues and, things that could have went wrong, yeah, it wasn't all bad, And I tell people, when your attitudes, the folks that have funky attitudes and, constantly down in the dumps, it's not all bad. If you woke up, if you got, breath and air in your lungs, then you're winning. You're doing pretty good, because there's some people who didn't wake up. There's some people who woke up and, they didn't wake up in the best of conditions. There's people who woke up missing limbs, and, there's people who woke up, and this is maybe the last day, So I'm dealing with a guy today that has an attitude and bad comments today. I should just tell the guy to go home. I can't stand it and complaining. Yeah, I mean, it gets like that. It gets like that. Sometimes, Lynn, I'm sorry you had to deal with that, but sometimes, people just complaining to complain. How did you know I needed this? I didn't know. I was reading your mind, Lynn. I was reading your mind. I just like, okay, where's Lynn? I feel her vibe. I feel her energy. Let me it's not that. So let me stop and get a little too animated. But nah, it's just one of those things where it's a challenge. It's a challenge because we do have he needs to go home. Yeah, he does need to go home. It's a challenge though because people provoke us sometimes. They want to get a reaction out of you, and that's because a lot of times they may be miserable or they may have issues. I try not to take it too personal when somebody has an attitude with me, sometimes because, like I said, if I don't know you, you're a stranger. A lot of times, whatever your attitude is about had nothing to do with me in the first place. It came from something else. Bad thing is his help, and I needed his help, and the lady that drove with him. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you don't want to be in a situation, Lynn, where you take things and it escalates into a situation where, it could become something that it don't need to become. I mean, sometimes you have to walk away from a situation or let a person be because, at the end of the day, what do? You're gonna argue with the person? Yeah, you can walk home. Sometimes it has to be that way. If some people have a negative attitude and it can't work, can't work with you or you can't work with them, sometimes it's better to part ways. The same things like that in relationships. If people's attitudes, are not in line with each other, you don't have to always agree. You don't always have to, go verbatim word for word on things and be disciples to each other or whatever. But, it is important to treat each other with respect. It is important to understand that how you treat other people has an adverse effect on a person. Like I said, it is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And it could be something that can, help or hurt you and help and hurt the other persons. Say, cool. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. Like I said, but attitude means a lot. I mean, people will gravitate towards you if you have a negative attitude, but that says a lot about them as well. What they're looking for. You can tell, what people are looking for based upon the attitude that you have and you are putting out there around you. If you have more negative people around you and you're putting out a negative attitude, then that's what the people came to look for. If you have a positive attitude and you're really trying to be uplifting and upbuilding and inspirational and you're trying to be realistic and transparent and down to earth and you have people around you that's like that, then that's what it is. But also notice that a lot of times because of the way of the world and the negativities and stuff like that people gravitate towards, you may have a smaller group of people around you that actually wants to do uplifting, upbuilding things, that actually wants to, be transparent and realistic. Hey Sherry K, I see you, you there. But then on the flip side, if you want to be negative, if you want to have a negative attitude, you want to tear people down, you may have a larger group of people around you because that's just the popular thing to do. I guess it's more seductive to be negative, more seductive to tear folks down. It's more seductive to make the memes and taunt people and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy like that. But like I said, that energy that you put out there, it doesn't just go away. That attitude that you have, people remember that. I mean, that's why I say attitude is everything. You'll forget what a person said. You can have an altercation with a person. You can have the greatest moment of your life with the person. You can forget what happened that next moment. I mean, but you will remember how it felt. You will remember an attitude. You will remember, like with my live stream right now, you may forget every word that I say, every word, which is fine. But you remember my attitude. You remember my vibe. You remember my emotion. You remember my personality. You remember how I made you feel, And if I made you feel something special inside, you're welcome. But but that's just how that is. And I think it's so overlooked and people forget that. That's a major part of how, people choose to deal with you. Or not deal with you. So that's just kind of what that is. And I just encourage people to say, hey, you know what, look, guard your feelings, guard your attitude, check yourself, modesty, self-effacts, bring yourself, reel yourself back in. I have a memory of an elephant, never forget. Well, believe me, Lynn, I've done some things and said some things that you probably forgot already. But we'll challenge that one day. We will challenge that one day, saying, I'll get you. You got the memory of an elephant. Get out of here, man. Stop that. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. But like I was saying though, before I was so rudely interrupted. Nah, seriously though. Um, you may forget, how a person, what a person said. You may forget the whole details of the situation, but like I said, you remember how a person make you feel, and it matters how you treat people, because at the end of the day, we all want to be treated a certain way, and some of us may not care how we get treated at all, which is sad. Unfortunately, people are like that. People may not care about their lives enough, as to where they care about how they're treated and whatnot, and for those folks out there, I say your life still matters as well. you know it matters that you're here on this earth, on this planet. And it's kind of crazy when people don't value themselves or have a poor attitude or poor disposition towards life. I see too many people out there that are defeated, too many people out there ready to put on their grave clothes, and they're so young, or they have life in their lungs. There's so much going on. you know I say, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. Don't downplay yourself. Don't let your attitude overtake your life in a negative way. Try to be even keel. I mean, we have days when we have bad attitudes. We have days when we have good attitudes. When we like, in a positive way. Over the shades. Oh yeah, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. I got the shades. I haven't worn shades in a while. Okay, back in from break. Deep breaths. Okay, there you go. Woof, 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 woof. Oh my God! Don't worry. I'm about to get out of here too in a few minutes. Another 2 or 3 minutes or so. I'm about to hit these trails, make these moves, these tracks and stuff like that. I just appreciate you folks for being here and chat with me as I'm hitting off this half an hour piece. And shout out to Detox Diva, shout out to Lynn Denton, shout out to Sherry K, shout out to Llama Monster, shout out to anybody lurking in the background that may be going off. Am I off today? Nah, I'm not off today. Normally I'm off today, Lynn, but I actually have to go in for work, some overtime today. So, I'm gonna wind up getting some vacation time out of it. So why not? Hey, I'll take it. So I gotta go make the long trek out there. Later, Llama Monster. I appreciate you for being such a llama. Llama, llama, llama. There you go. You use that as an intro or something. But thank you for being here, sir. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what it is. It's what it is. So I'm just hyping myself and getting myself ready and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, Len. See you later. Appreciate you for coming through. As always, you'll hear from me. No problems. Shout out to Seth. Tell Seth I said hello, and all the other folks. That's just what that is. It's kind of like that. Yeah. Where am I? Where am I right now? Just wrapping up the live stream. Thank you for the two people that are still here. I appreciate your contribution to the live stream. And hopefully this was something that was I always say uplifting, upbuilding. I say that too. Hopefully I made sense. Hopefully you got where I was coming from and whatnot. Because with these live streams, I try to be clear. Try to bring myself out as clearly as possible about what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm not expecting everybody to agree with everything that I'm saying. You don't have to. I don't expect you to. But it's important to make sure that the audience understands you, that you understand the audience. Hopefully I was clear, I was transparent. Hopefully I put out good energy in the atmosphere and whatnot. And that's just really what I intended to do with that. But I guess on that note, I do got to get ready to pack this up for the half an hour piece. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave, but I got to go right now. I don't want to leave. I just don't. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the energy. I feel it. I feel it. Have a great day. All right, you too. I'm getting it from Sherry K. She's telling me I gotta go. He's telling me I gotta go. Listen, I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. I'll be back before you know it. Oh my God, Caesar just came in. You came in at the wrong time. You came in at the wrong time, buddy. Oh my God, I'm about to leave out of here. But as always, thank you folks for being here. Um, Remember, attitude is everything. Be careful how you treat people. It's a reflection of how they'll treat you. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. And I'll actually even take off my shades for you. Whew. I know.